Yo, so guys, your boy vKilljoyy here, and today I'm going to be talking about what I think is broken in Veronica's. Last week I did a little talk about the characters and how I think they're pretty much all balanced, and that you just need to learn to counter them to, stop blaming them as being too strong. However, today I'm going to be talking about what I actually think is broken in the game and things which I do think need to be tweaked a little bit by Ubisoft, and which can be improved upon to make the game a bit more fun. Now, my first thing to talk about is slightly going to be a bit hypocritical about me from last week, where I said all characters were even. There's one which I think is a little bit too strong, and I've had at least 5 experiences where I've just not been able to do anything, and that's against a Peacekeeper. Okay, I'm not sure if it's just me not being the best, me not really knowing exactly how to counter them, but I was playing the game the other day. I was just, playing as a Shugoki like normal, and she just kept spamming light attacks, which I was like, okay, just thinking about it, I can block them, and then I can maybe parry them, get myself some time to actually get some damage in. So I did that, I parried it, and then I went for a guard break into my heavy, which is my, standard combo start for Shugoki, and I didn't even have time to, I was spamming the guard break key, and I didn't even have time to guard break the Peacekeeper, because the time between getting parried and being able to attack again for the Peacekeeper was so low that it was just impossible. I could not do anything, and the stamina was going down in such a small amount that I wasn't going to be able to make that disappear. By the time I could actually get an attack in and still be alive. So that, I think, is a little bit broken, a little bit iffy, which, I think it could be changed around a little bit. Maybe if we even took off the bleeding effect as well, because that is often a big problem on that class, as opposed to on Nobushi, who can actually, there's, a couple of attacks, it has the bleed damage. This one just constant barrage of attacks, and the bleed damage just stacks up, and it's pretty awkward to play against. So, the Peacekeeper I think is a little bit broken, and could use a little bit of tweak. Another thing which I think is a little bit broken is the revenge, which you can actually use. I've seen a lot of people on Reddit complaining about a revenge spam because of certain items, which means literally after 2 hits of while guarding or one taking damage, you get revenge, and then you have full on attack, and you defeat people in one swing, as an Orochi I've seen. So that maybe could get a little bit tweaked, a little bit balancing there on the actual stats of what the equipment gives you based on which is revenge related, because it seems a little bit uneven. And also on the same topic of revenge, I've had a couple of games where I go into a revenge mode after taking 8 to 10 hits, which is fine. That's how my class is built. It's not built just to spam revenge. But I get into it, pop revenge, and for the, let's say, 2 to 3 seconds where I'm going into revenge mode, I'm just getting absolutely slapped up by 2 or 3 people who for some reason aren't getting knocked down, or they're still doing insane amounts of damage to me, and then I can't do anything when I'm with my revenge mode up, which I don't know. I think there should be maybe some invincibility frames for a second or two, just so you don't take any damage whilst you're transforming, or that instantly they get knocked down if they're around you and attacking you, because I've seen it sometimes. Sometimes I've had it where people are getting knocked down after I, go revenge mode, but other times nothing happens, and it just seems a bit pointless. It seems like I've just given them free hits on me, so, I'm just saying that maybe could be tweaked a little bit, or maybe an explanation, a better one, as to how exactly you knock them down, because maybe I just haven't read the instruction manual or whatever, but it just doesn't seem to be that consistent and work 100% of the time. And now next, I was going to be talking about the peer-to-peer connection. However, yesterday they actually did a little hotfix, which was just automatic. There was a little server maintenance, I believe, and they actually made it dedicated servers now. So that's something good, but matchmaking problems and errors which pop up, saying the match is full and stuff, which is we shouldn't be seeing an error saying the match is full. Just find us a game which isn't full. I don't know. It seems like that's something pretty basic that you wouldn't, try and find someone a match which is already full and try to fit them in there. It seems a bit weird. And just other things in matchmaking, the amount of times you're trying to get elimination and then you get skirmish or something, even if you have the preference set, I think it was 4 times in a row the other day I got a skirmish when I wanted an elimination, or it's the other way around, I think, 'cause I had a challenge to do. And it seems a bit annoying. Especially if you're really trying to get something, they should maybe increase the rate of you being able to get that. Because I know it says it primarily searches for the one you chose, but it doesn't seem to really be that consistent. I don't know if it's just me being unlucky on that day, but yeah, it's a little something to think about. And also, when you're when you're in the game and you die and you're spectating your teammate, see them fighting someone, it's a bit annoying that you can't see the health bars of the opposition they're fighting. I know this is something a lot of people on the Reddit have been talking about and complaining about, because it does seem a bit weird how we're not able to see the health bar of the person that our teammate's fighting against. It would probably make it more interesting for us to watch, as opposed to being like, oh, they may be at full health right now, they may have one hit left to go. You can't tell, and it takes away from the viewer, from the excitement of watching the game. So I think if there's anything which they really need to change, I think it's probably this, just to make it, make it work a bit better, because it just seems a bit out of place not to see their health bars. And lastly, I want to talk, well, this sort of goes back a little bit to the revenge mode issue I was having when I was like, getting hit a bit and then try to knock them back with my revenge, and it didn't quite work. The 4v1 and the 3v1 ganks. I mean, I know, there's no rules which say you shouldn't do this, or if you're in an elimination or a skirmish, there's no one to say, you shouldn't do this. But, I mean, it just seems so unfair. There doesn't really seem to be anything you can do apart from get lucky on your revenge mode and try and knock a few back to save you some time. I was playing some skirmish earlier, and I was, 3v1, 4v1 in situations where I just couldn't do anything. I got a little bit lucky, maybe killed one of them, but then the rest of them are just pelting me with attacks and attacks and attacks, and there doesn't seem to be that much you can do in the way of defending against that. And that's just basically because of the way the game's been designed, I think. You don't have any, there's just nothing. Maybe if you have like a percentage damage reduction, maybe based on how many people are around you, so you take, you need more hits to go down, I think would maybe be a bit more fair. Maybe you could add some invincibility frames, so you don't get staggered as much. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it, but it just seems a little bit weird, a little bit broken. It looks like it could maybe be tweaked and made a little bit more fair. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my suggestions of things that are kind of broken in For Honor and things that could be tweaked to make it better. I was talking about Peacekeeper, the revenge issues, on the spamming of it and the lack of it working, matchmaking errors, the ganking situation, and also health bars when spectating. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any other suggestions or things which are a little bit broken, which could be changed, let me know in the comments. I'm interested to see what you guys think of the issues. And yeah, that's pretty much been it. I've been vKilljoyy, and I'm out, guys. Peace.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
No.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Shit, I'm out.